What's happening, the hot stuff?
We're sending you back to the future!
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You see, we're on a mission from God.
Cinderella story, out of nowhere. A former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion.
You have chosen life.
Why did you kiss my ear?
Why are you holding my hand?
Where's your other hand?
Between two pillows.
Those aren't pillows.
Once again, I'm on. I'm France, and we just want to bomb you up. All right.
Oh, gnarly!
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir!
I feel the need for speed.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I want my $2.
Hi, everybody. It's Mr. K from Sterling High Channel 19, playing DJ with my favorite music from the late 70s and 80s right here on Sterling High Radio.
Sterling.
Fast break right there, but you don't want her to get a basket.
Well, that play was set up by Sterling had a 2-on-1 that was actually broken up on the pass. I think Jacina Johnson was trying to reach Tori Wilsey, and Gloucester Catholic made a nice defensive play and scored in transition. It's Jacina Johnson with a missed shot there.
And again.
That's good work. Nice work by Gloucester Catholic to get it down low. Not really strong rotation from the weak side there by Sterling on the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, that's when you want to have somebody front her down a low post and have it behind her, but she got too much separation.
There's Tori Wilsey with the 3. Again, that's one of those situations, I believe it was Tori on the weak side. Tori's not really accustomed to playing down low. She's more of the playing up top the last couple of years, so this is something that's going to be new. And something within a week, you won't see that happening again.
Well, I thought I saw travel there. I thought she lifted the pivot foot, but
I think what you're starting to see now a little bit, and this you'll see during the season, is Gloucester Catholic. They come down for a shot. Nice shot by Nugent. But Gloucester Catholic's moving a little bit slower. Sterling's using their bench pretty liberally. So right now you see them caught, and nice shot there by Kenzie McDonald trying to get the basket. But you see right there is like we're able to beat them down a quarter a little bit right now because they're, the second quarter they haven't made a whole lot of substitutions. So Sterling's a little bit more fresh right now.
And I'm sure Coach McDonald really wants to have a deep bench for the reason you just said.
Sure.
And in tight games, that can, once you lose your legs, that's when you make ill-advised plays. You don't set your feet on a shot, and you don't defend as well. It's probably the most important thing.
Yeah, and again, if this was a regular in the middle of a season game, you would see Coach McDonald switching to a man-to-man defense to try to force the action a little bit. But being the first preseason game, you'll see her, they'll stay back in the 2-3 zone, just working on the kinks there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You have good legs, you have a deep bench, you can go to man-to-man a little bit earlier in a game.
But at that point, you want to try to force the issue, especially defensively, to make them. Nice shot by Carrot Miller. Carrot Miller, who's a junior, just hitting a 3 here. Kat did not play basketball last year. She actually ran indoor track, so it's nice to have her back. She's a varsity level athlete, both in track and soccer.
And now Sterling's going to have a breakaway here. Let's see if they can get final points here in this couple seconds remaining. Unable to, and it's going to be 1 second remaining.
Yes, and see, like right now, like Sterling's back in that zone. Usually with 1 second left, you'll pressure the ball and try to make him force a shot up rather than giving up a shot.
And that's going to do it for us. Well, going to take a short break in the second quarter. Sterling right now.
Let's varsity two quarters, and we're going to have a JV
quarter. Now, yeah.
JV,
yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
JV's going to have a warm up about 5 minutes before they start to play. So.
Okay, so.
So can we?
Ciao.
I took myself down a long time ago. They're Johnny Wiggles.
There we go.
He's all ready for St. Patty's Day over here. There you are. He's got that. You don't have to take it down, though.
No, I'm not. No.
I gotta say, there's a.
Is it up there too early, though? Is that like, John, that's like putting your, is that like your Christmas tree up on October 15th, maybe?
I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, just curious. Just curious.
But I mean, you got some hearts for Valentine's Day, though.
Oh, okay. You're right. Good job, John. John, picking up Mr. Strauss right there.
Look, I'm trying to take out 2 holidays at the same time on this one.
You did. Good job by John picking that out.
You know, we have even though it's a preseason game, Mr. Strauss is always in midseason form.
Always ready.
There you see the McDonald pair right there.
McDonald, yeah. Last time they had extensive action on Channel 19, we were winning the South Jersey Group 2 title here.
Yeah. Just Mr. Strauss and I were talking about that the other day. One of the more electric nights in this gym in a long, long time.
Yeah, I think last time we had a close-up of them, they were cutting down the nets.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a memorable night. Well, we're talking now, what is it? This will be 5 years?
Yeah, 2016 it was. So
yeah, Mr. Strauss
is back again. Any trivia questions there for us, Mr. Strauss?
That's right.
Yeah. I do have plenty of trivia. I will get that to you in a moment. I left them my sheet upstairs, but I will get it to you.
Okay.
Can you give us a little update on the new Eagles coach that was just announced?
Yes. New Eagles coach, the offensive coordinator from the Indianapolis Colts, also spent some time with the Chargers and is now the new Eagles head coach.
Yeah, he was.
As per Adam Schefter, not as per Rob Strauss.
Okay.
As per Rob Strauss. Okay.
No, but he had a start out as he was a defensive back coach, I think, Division III school. Then went to a Division II school. Was like a position coach. I don't know if it was defensive back or one of the position coaches, and then got a job as an NFL coach around 2009, 2010. I was just looking. I know this because I was happened to be just looking at that. And then just worked his way up. So good for him. Hopefully it's the right hire. Time will tell.
We'll have to check in with Mr. Wiley because I believe Mr. Wiley knew the coach at Mount Union University where the new Eagles coach was the defensive backs coach when he first graduated college. So I have to check in with Mr. Wiley and see what his connections.
Now I believe Mount Union aren't they that powerhouse in Division III that's in the Stag Bowl, which is the Division III championship, like year in and year out. Or I know for a while they were. I'm pretty sure that's a school.
Usually, yeah. It's funny. It's one of those games you don't get a lot of TV coverage, but you always hear about them, winning a title.
Yeah.
And I believe it's at the 3 level. Oh, we're back to Mr. Strauss.
We're back.
Mr. Rob
All right,
Strauss.
so I've got plenty of trivia for you, and we're going to focus on Gloucester Catholic famous alumni and staff members.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go with this first one. We'll see how good you guys are with this one. Name the Gloucester Catholic alumni who was a former cross-country and track coach and was a 2-time Olympian in 1948 and 1952 and a 2-time gold medal winner at the Pan American Games in 1951.
Oh, some Gloucester Catholic.
Wasn't there some rule about going back 70 years? I don't know.
I think it's the.
Listen, if I break this one out, you know Mr. K was going for the regular season.
Okay, well that's all right. Now that's I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no idea either.
We're going to go Casey Murphy.
Browning Ross.
Browning Ross?
Oh.
Okay.
That was your own second guess.
Yeah, I go.
Well, I'll go baseball for you here, Smolty, and this is for Mr. K as well. It doesn't say what year this gentleman graduated, but the head baseball coach now at the University of Penn.
Gloucester Catholic.
It's not. Is it Brzezinski?
It is not.
I think it was a former Rowan coach, but that won't help me. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
John Yurkow.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to go back to the class of 2013. How about this? We'll go class of 2013, graduate, Gloucester Catholic High School, professional baseball pitcher, and was a Red Sox draft pick in the 5th round in 2016.
Sharwin?
That is correct.
There we go.
Mike Sharwin.
Ding, ding, ding. We're 1 for 3.
Okay.
Given this baseball trivia, we're batting 333.
Stop on ahead. Okay, Mr. K said, just inform me we've got a game here in front of us.
There we go.
I've got plenty of trivia. So
okay. We'll go from you momentarily or periodically.
So we're starting out the JV quarter here. Sterling with all sophomores on the court. Well, so I believe Ariel Logan is junior.
Yeah. And again, it's always, even just for a scrimmage, we won't be doing this a lot, but it's still nice for those juniors to maybe see what happens if you go into a varsity level.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Is it mostly
I'm
sophomores out here?
I'm not sure if we're going to be, I guess we'll have to check with Mr. K, if we're going to be showing a live view, even though we're going to be doing the announcing for varsity, but I believe we have a camera that goes into the gym for JV as well, just to get a wide angle view, and not the fine television production you see here.
Let me see right now.
So Sterling up 3-0 in this quarter.
Long through there.
This is Layla Solomon throwing it up. Oops, there's Megan Cooney.
Able to keep the feet in.
Oh, there's a turnover by Kate McVeigh there. Gloucester Catholic comes down. Oh, nice finish there. I'm actually surprised. Usually that's a customary easy foul call for a referee when you're coming down on the side.
The anticipation foul call.
Yes. Take by Brianna Red. She gets foul going to the basket.
Well, good move. You know, we always say at a varsity level, having a sense of knowing that you're looking at the ball, but also knowing that the defender's coming towards you, steps to the ball, and is able to kind of start her drive a little earlier, allowing her to get past the defender.
Yeah, nice job by Bree. Bree's one of our football managers during the fall. This is sophomore.
Also a class officer of the class of 2023.
Okay.
There we go.
Strauss.
Another trivia question.
The class officers there.
It's battle of the class officers here. Nice shot by Bree. Bree's a pretty good shooter, so actually her missing the first foul shot was uncustomary for her.
Well, that was what Sean, you look at the varsity game, it was encouraging seeing Mackenzie McDonald and Britta Dixon shoot from the outside, because that's one thing throughout the years. When we've had outside shooters, it's obviously you have better success against better teams, but in a lot of games, as we look at the ball going to bounds, a lot of games where you come up short, a lot of it was because you didn't have the outside shooting, and to what I think you mentioned earlier, teams can just collapse down, and you want to outside shooting, give you more space on the floor. It just does so much for you in your half-court set.
Yeah, and it's a mixed blessing, Sterling. I mean, the last 8 years, we've had a Division I player in the middle of the floor, between Jordan Wallace and LaTanya Berry, and they made such high percentage of the shots that you're like, hey, you want to give the kid who's shoot 65% most of the time.
Yeah, and that's what you do in a regular season game. You'll see that, and you have to, because that's nice your higher percentage plays. But when you get to the tougher teams, they can defend a little bit better, and
you'll need that balance.
You definitely need balance.
So, but like I said, we don't have that luxury now, so we need to score from wherever we're at for this year.
And like you said, you just need to score anywhere we can, and also defensively, not able to get the rebounds as often. It's going to be a big factor in the game. You see right there, Sterling going up for a three, unable to get there and have a breakaway, and that's going to be called traveling.
Yeah, nice job by Megan Cooney getting back and forcing the Gloucester Catholic player into a little bit of a mistake there. But again, you see at the J level here, we had a shot and the girl wanted to follow a shot and nobody was back, so Gloucester Catholic had a little bit of a breakaway. You just generally don't see that breakdown at the varsity level. So Rachel McCann in the game. Rachel, sophomore.
Going for two. And
nice take by Megan Cooney.
Running one-hander. That's impressive.
Yeah. We'll give it a little well wishes. Megan Cooney's sister was in a car accident, so little well wishes to the Cooney family. Erin was a volleyball player here. I believe she graduated 2018. Oh, good defense by Bray. It almost looks like that one off of Gloucester Catholic.
And you see that one-handed floater right there. And
Sterling's bringing in 3 players right now. They're all freshmen. We have Jordan Baker coming in. We have Morgan Sims and Erin Quinn. If you're a South Jersey basketball fan, Erin Quinn's father is the JV coach of Cherry Hill East. So she comes in and she, being a child of a basketball coach, is very fundamentally sound.
Going for a long three, unable to get there now. Sterling going up and now looking to take the shot, and that's going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, Megan Cooney come down on the left side.
Replay here.
You see the replay here. Unless you had the angle, but Erin Quinn ran the floor. I don't know if she had a chance to dish off at her or not.
Well, you mentioned about her being a daughter of a coach. One thing we brought up when you saw Kenzie McDonald get the ball at the top of the key and just drain it. Had a little bit of pressure coming towards her, but still had the presence of mind to set the feet and fire away. Whereas in a lot of cases, a young freshman would just fire it up, be a little bit off balance, but really looked fundamentally sound there.
Yeah, speaking of daughters of coaches, Jordan Baker's father was a long-time soccer coach over at Clayton and a Hall of Famer here at Sterling. Nice throw by Morgan Sims.
And a part-time color analyst, soccer color analyst.
There we go.
We can't eliminate that from his resume.
No, I
Channel 19.
I should have said that first. I'm embarrassed. That should have been number 1.
I think he's a Hall of Fame street hockey player from out of Preston Avenue.
Yeah.
Sterling street hockey days.
There's a shot by Erin Quinn there. Good spec plays, good defense.
Another thing right there, sensing that the ball handler was going to go towards the side, put herself in a position where she could possibly trap her right there.
He's done a nice job. And then in the varsity level, I saw that a few times. You're playing a zone, and a lot of times when you see kids play zone, sometimes there's a nice forward pass here, right off the hands of Megan Cooney. A lot of times when kids play zone, they tend to not stop the ball, but Sterling did a nice job. In particular, Tori Wilsey and I believe Tatiana Johnson did a couple times where they stopped the ball, and then once they stopped, and then they got back into their position. So we did a nice job at the varsity level a few times. So Brianna Red comes back into the game. The daughter of the time soccer color analyst come up. Comes back in. Rachel McCann in the corner.
Looking around.
Goes out. Nice take by Brianna Red.
And the second time we've seen her do that. Get the ball, but be moving while you're going to the basket. There's movement away from the ball, but moving to the ball. That's an upper level skill. It's a real nice job by Brianna Red in getting herself in position to drive to the basket and finish.
Nice steal by Rachel McCann there. We'll get jump ball.
Jump ball, yeah.
Now, if you look back here, the ball comes to Brianna, and if you look, the defender jumps out at her, but never closes out. Yeah. So they come out of control, and Brianna does a nice job of sensing that and just taking the baseline.
They always say, keep your legs underneath, come out, be under control. Don't be, once you get off bounds, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, you want to contest the shot, not try to block the shot at that point.
Right now, Sterling. JV team's looking.
There we go.
Having a nice quarter. And
a nice take by Erin Quinn, but almost a carbon copy of what Bree did last time. There.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just on the left side.
Say the same thing.
If you notice, Erin is a left-hander.
Oh, what a nice three there.
It's a nice drain there for a three. Sterling with 10 seconds left here, so they recognize the time on the clock. Morgan, a very good shooter. And that concludes the JV quarter there.
Of course, Sterling won that quarter 10-7 over Gloucester Catholic. And you see that three right there, and a pretty deep three, not to mention.
And you see what happens there. You start kind of giving that shot because obviously there hasn't been much three-point shooting, and Catholic just took advantage of it. Nothing but net.
Yeah, nothing but net. You see right there, Rob Strauss right there.
All right, you all ready for trivia?
I'm ready for some more trivia. I don't know about what.
I think the officiating's fine. I don't know what you were talking about.
Here's what we'll do. I have trivia. I'm going to give you guys categories. We can go baseball, hockey, or politics. Your choice.
Okay. John, why don't you pick one of those three?
Well, hockey and baseball get pretty political, so I think there's a big crossover here. So.
Let's do hockey.
All right. I was hoping you would say that.
Don't ask me like who was Gordie Howe's line mates for the Detroit Red Wings in 1948.
No, but there's a current a current NHL player playing for the Calgary Flames.
Johnny Gaudreau.
That's the layup. Johnny Gaudreau, a phenomenal player for the Flames right now. But there's one other currently playing in the NHL, one is the Blue Jackets, who is part of the class of 2013.
From Gloucester Catholic?
Gloucester played Gloucester Catholic as a brother that is currently playing AHL, the San Jose Barracuda.
And you know who we need to go to for a lifeline on this is Mr. Hoffman, because I think he knows this kid.
He does.
And Mr. Hoffman's not here, so we're going to have to be big boys and try and handle ourselves. I don't have any idea.
Well, Eric Robinson is the one for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay.
Class of 2013. His brother, Audie, who is 4 years younger, is the one who's playing for San Jose Barracuda.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We got the layup.
The layup is Gaudreau.
Well, back here to varsity action.
Yeah. It's a nice ball movement by Gloucester Catholic here. If you watch what they do against 2-3 zone here, they set back screens to get the three-point shooter open. So we're on a cross-court pass. So,
Tatiana Johnson able to get a nice block, and now Rich Dixon on a breakaway here. Trying to get the foul, and very good job from the defender, able to get the ball first.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was talking about before, a smaller player. She hit a jump stop here, a little bit of body contact.
Yeah.
But you hit a jump stop to guarantee the contact.
But I like the fact that Bridget Dixon is doing that. You see her using her body right there. Again, as we talked about, a smaller player, but you can angle your body in there. You'll be able to put yourself in position to get to the free throw line. The guy who was great at that in our boys' games for Haddonfield was Mike DePergia. Almost every single time he would go to the basket and he would draw contact against a bigger player. But obviously he's a Division I player and definitely a special player.
So we missed the basket there by Jacina Johnson on the inbound play there.
And you see Gloucester Catholic going around, going for the basket, able to get the 2 points.
Again, Tori comes out a little uncontrolled there. Ooh.
Ball a little short for the pass, and Sterling gets intercepted.
And a good job by Nugent, sensing the pace of the game was getting a little out of control, slowed things down. They reset.
Well, if you notice, Sterling was pushing the ball there, and for momentarily Tori was open, and Bridget tried to throw it ahead to her. But again, that's a freshman play where you see it, and then try to remember Gloucester Catholic did a nice job of getting back on defense.
Goes for a 3 off the rim.
Nice rebound by McKenzie here. Oh, that's a good call. Came down tried a little low block here, and it threw her off. But we mentioned before about in the JV game about defense not rotating back. That was one time where Gloucester Catholic didn't rotate back, and Sterling had a breakaway on the rebound.
And there's another rebound.
That's a nice low post with that. I mean, they had a reception. It's a foul on Nugent. So Sterling here running a chase play here. So
nice pass from Bridget Dixon. Goes to Tatiana Johnson. Goes in and out of the basket, and some nice that was some nice passing there.
Well, we've seen a couple things from Bridget Dixon. She first is able to obviously drive to the hole at times, take on contact, and there you see her driving to the hole, drawing defenders her way, and doing a nice job dishing off. Definitely somebody who has good, she's just a natural point guard and has good court awareness.
Well, it's a nice job, especially since being a freshman, this is the first time you're playing at the varsity speed level.
And you see Rob Strauss over there.
Rob Strauss.
Waving to us, giving us trivia questions, of course.
All right. You ready for another one?
Sure, why not?
This Gloucester Catholic graduate, politician who served in the New Jersey State Senate since 2004, will represent the 4th legislative district covering Camden and Gloucester counties.
Rob Andrews.
No.
No, he was Congressman. My bad.
Is that Norcross? Yeah, he was a Pennsauken guy, wasn't he?
Adler?
Nope, class of 1972.
Nash? I should know this. This is, I should know this one. This is
Fred H. Madden.
Did you say it?
What was the name? I'm sorry.
Fred H. Madden.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if his legislative accomplishments.
But anyway, back to this game, and Gloucester Catholic already passing around, and that's going to be a foul against Sterling right there.
But a good job defending. You can see Gloucester Catholic. They know where the ball is before they're getting it. Just getting, boom, know where they're going. And I'll tell you what, there's times, obviously, they're finding openings, but Sterling, against a real good offensive team, their half-court sets, doing a nice job defensively.
Well, again, Gloucester Catholic steal here, and Tori Wilkie taking down the basket.
And gets the basket, too.
You can see that former point guard in her, taking the ball right to the hoop. Can he get stopped? What you see for Gloucester Catholic, they're doing a nice job here against a 2-3 zone, and they're a more experienced team. And you'll see they'll set back screens for on the other side of the zone for a pick, but then the back screener, if the defense breaks that screen and comes out, the back screener is actually cutting down to the basket. So it's almost like a reverse pick and roll. So they're doing a nice job attacking that 2-3 zone.
For a minute, it looked like it was about to go out right there, and just able to put itself back in.
Yeah, it's a nice finish by Torrey.
And Sterling gets the ball taken away from now. Now it's Gloucester Catholic's ball again. Going for a 3 and just misses it.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of Gloucester Catholic. Rarely you see one pass and a shot.
If you have faith in yourself to do it, I mean, why not try it? And really, Sterling wasn't really ready for this, and that's going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah. Tatiana Johnson rolling to the basket.
AC Johnson right here. No, she's taking on a lot of traffic right there. And even, she's somebody who, if at times, she's usually under control. At times, if she gets a little bit out of control, she knows how to, again, take on contact and put herself in position to get to the free throw line.
Well, it was very interesting turn of events there. It looks like she was the second cutter through. I'm not sure who the first cutter came through there. Was that Bridget Dixon or was that McKenzie that cut through there? On the replay there, so Tatiana was actually the second cutter through. So as Gloucester Catholic was reacting to the first one, Tatiana found the open spot and got the ball. Sterling for subs in, and as you see, Brianna Red is in here, and also Jasmine Johnson. And then, so it's nice to see, Coach McDonald trying to figure some things out, but it looks like obviously she saw some of the JV game and like some of the things she saw in Brianna Red.
Yeah.
And putting her in and see what she can do with the varsity speed. Oh, a nice block there by Tatiana Johnson. Yeah, Tatiana Johnson is for somebody who's who's a little undersized for being down low. She has a very good knack of timing her jump with the ball and getting rebounds.
I agree with that, and really she plays bigger, plays taller on both ends of the court, both defensively, as you said, and on the offensive end.
And you got to remember, she's shot by Bree, rebound by Jasmine Johnson, backing up. And you got to remember the last 3 years she was in high school, she was going against Tanya Berry and Marley Sire every day at practice. So she's not going to be intimidated by somebody who's 6 foot.
We get a replay of that last basket.
And by that time, that's going to be a foul.
You're going to see in this last basket by Jasmine Johnson, she gets the rebound, gets a tough rebound here down low, and doesn't go right back up, but gets herself in an area where there's a little more space, takes the shot, and drains it. Just a real nice job by Jasmine Johnson. She comes back out here. You see her go out, gets a little bit of space. Still under pressure, but it's more of a shot-friendly area of the court in the center. And again, that might not be something she would have done a year or two ago, but it's the type of play that comes with experience.
Yeah, it's actually something that's under control there, and you can see that. So Sterling bringing in subs. It's Kat Miller and Raina Pelchak, and I believe that's Layla Franklin. Leilani Franklin, I'm sorry.
Sterling up with Kat Miller, and that was Franklin, and unable to get the 2 points right there as Gloucester Catholic's ball now.
Yeah, that's a situation where Gloucester Catholic never stopped the ball. You would like to see Kat take that as far as she can and make the defense commit before she gives that up to Leilani. Again, I think that's something that, being a year without basketball, that's something she would have realized.
Well, that was nice. They had you saw Gloucester Catholic again, to what we were saying earlier. If they get open just a little bit, they're finer. But a good job by Sterling collapsing down on Barrera and forcing her into a tough shot.
Goes for a 3. makes it in. That was 43. That's
Todd.
Todd.
Cambry Todd.
Well, Sterling gets trapped in the corner here. Oh, Lay does a nice job of getting out at Jasmine Johnson. Back to Raina Pelkat.
Nice three.
That was two nice hustle plays that led to a wide open shot there. Good job by Leilani Franklin getting on the floor, keeping that ball, and then giving it back to Jasmine Johnson.
For a minute, I thought it was going to go for a jump ball for a minute, but Franklin quickly gave the ball back out, and you see right there, got the three. Here we go.
When you get a chance, go back to that shot by Raina and just stop it. Yeah, when you.
Oh.
Okay. And there's an interception right there, and this is going to be a layup.
Yeah, there's a turnover there. You had Kat Miller throwing the ball, and I think it was Brianna Red really didn't come to the ball, and they came back and then stole the ball.
There you see the open look by Todd.
Well, they did a nice job of driving. Sterling collapse.
And then you're going to see here, you saw everything collapse down here, and a good sense of them knowing that, and knowing that Raina Pelkat was out there at the top of the key, and she's got time to take the shot, set the feet, take the shot, and drain it. Sean's going to pull away from us for a little bit here. You look right here. Everybody was down here, caught up down here, and a lot of times you'll get the ball, you'll just put it up, you figure you're close to the basket, but a great job of knowing to get the ball out here to Raina Pelkat, and she fires away the shot. A lot of scribbling by me, John.
Yeah. So, Strauss, what do you think of this so far, what you've seen from this game?
Well, I mean, I think at this point, I think it's very similar to what we had last night with Coach Barrington. I think the use of Kylie O'Donnell occasion. Now they're here from Coach McDonald. I think the only one who's really familiar with the voice is Kamar McKenzie. So they've been playing at a different speed. I'm sure they some of the systems of Coach Marchese played under Coach McDonald. But this is a very good game for like shoulder
We're having a little, hearing partially what you're saying, Mr. Strauss. I think there might be a few technical issues on your end. It's coming in definitely muffled, a little tough to understand. I kind of got the gist of what you were saying. I know, and I agree with you. Some of the things you saw last week or yesterday were part of what you're also seeing today, in that the kids really haven't had a ton of time to practice.
I think it's more of a gelling thing as well. You know, you have about a week or two of a preseason, and now where you would normally have 3 or 4 weeks.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't even be in your scrimmages, obviously, at this point.
You'd be pretty about midway through the season, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, in a regular season, yeah. I mean, you're easily midway and heading towards the latter part of the season at this point.
Almost goes in for a three. About 15 seconds remaining left of this third quarter of varsity quarter. And here we go for a three. Bounces out. And gonna see a quick three right here, and doesn't get it. And Sterling able to win this third quarter 11-9 against Gloucester Catholic, and we're gonna take a short break.
Oh my God, what a loser. So annoying.
The story, you'll know by the story the first few lines. We're talking about that paragraph again in the story.
You know what? I'm done. That's it, teach. I quit. I'm done. You know what? I'm gonna stay in school.
And welcome back, and for some fourth quarter varsity game time, and again, this scrimmage score gets totally erased, and so let's see how well Sterling does in this fourth quarter, and already a foul, I believe. It is against Sterling, so it's going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, they look at Barrera there, cutting to the basket. Kind of lost track of her for a little bit, and they're able to get ball to her. She turns and is able to go to the basket, just like the really good offensive player that she is able to get herself to the free throw line.
One more shot here. Makes it. Go. Some changes right there, and Bridget Dixon was looking for Tatiana Johnson there, unable to get to her. And so you can see where the pass was going, and just unlucky not to be able to get it there.
Well, that's, we've seen a lot of good things from Bridget Dixon and Mackenzie McDonald as younger players, but they're still adjusting, John, to the speed of the game. I mean, you can even see the speed of the major difference between watching the JV quarters and varsity. And, excuse me, that's what they say. In any sport, after a while, the game slows down, and you're able to get passes there quicker. You know how quick your window of opportunity is going to close down.
Sterling right now, passing it around, trying to find a wide open shot to take, and Bridget Dixon tries to find again Tatiana Johnson, but this time it gets intercepted and almost gets scored. And
this is what we're seeing a little bit of what we saw early on in the first quarter, where Sterling's telegraphing their passes, and you can't do that against a team like Gloucester Catholic.
And right there, Tatiana Johnson able to get the nice two.
She does that, I think, as well as anybody in our conference. And it's kind of a running one-hander towards the basket, where she doesn't even need to use the backboard. We've seen her do that many times in the last 3 years.
And a nice interception from Tori Wilsey right there. Goes for the basket, unable to get it in, and Bridget Dixon tries to save it, unable to.
You see, this is replay right here. You see Tatiana Johnson with running one-hander. And again, sensing, you could do one of two things there. When you see defensive traffic coming towards you that help defense, go through, try to draw the foul, but she feels confident throwing up that soft running one-hander. Again, something she's very good at.
Here's a three. It bounces. Looked like it was about to go in, but decides not to. And this is going to be Gloucester Catholic's ball right now, so. Here goes for a three-point, but doesn't go in. Tatiana Johnson now with the ball. Gives it to Bridget Dixon. Bridget Dixon's going to take a three there. Just short, and Tatiana Johnson was there, and that is going to be Gloucester Catholic's ball.
And you saw on that shot, rush just a little bit. I think Bridget, she did set the feet, but was kind of going forward a little bit, and I think it affected the shot. That's one of the things where you had some time. Just hesitate just one split second to set a little bit better and take the shot.
Now we hear Bridget Dixon gonna go for the basket and gets fouled and gets the basket too.
And John, the nice thing I like about this play, you saw her in the last part of that. You see her come down right here and then go in towards the defender And that's where she was able to draw the foul. That's what we talk about, is going to the basket, address aggressively. Don't look at a defender and fade off it and not get the basket, not get the foul. That was a great job there by Bridget Dixon in transition and ultimately finishing.
And like you said, that's what you've been saying all through this game. Go for the contact. Try to get that foul. Or at least if you don't get the foul, at least try to get that basket. And this is going to be another foul against Gloucester. And this not going to be shooting foul this time. But there's really has been some big moments from Sterling that we've seen offensively and defensively throughout this scrimmage.
I agree, John, considering the caliber competition. And again, some of the hiccups you're seeing is due to just not having a lot of time. And the coach is just getting to know her players. You're probably learning some new terminology, getting to learn the coach. Great look by Bridget Dixon, and an equally great finish by Johnson underneath. That was just an outstanding play.
Great pass, great shot, and just a great overall play from the two players right there. And Gloucester Catholic right now looking. And able to get the interception was Johnson. And here we go. Tantiana Johnson going in for the throw and gets the foul and the basket.
And you see the replay here as you look at Dixon finishing right there. Did the crowd just come in for a split cameo?
Yeah, we're pumping crowd noise now.
And what a nice pass, Dan. And this is the reason why you're seeing Tatiana Johnson at the free throw line. Great pass down to the low post by Johnson to Johnson.
Here you go, Gloucester Catholic going out for a long two, unable to get it. That's going to be Sterling's ball, and Sterling is going to make a substitution.
I've got baseball for you guys. Whenever you're ready.
So,
think we can fit it in here, John?
I think we could try.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get some type of stoppage. But right now, it's Tori Wilsey trying to go for a three. It looked like it was about to go in. Gets a foul, and that was Johnson able to get the foul, and now a shooting.
Johnson down low, fighting hard for the rebounds, getting it, and just figures she's that close to the basket. Might as well just throw it right up there. Gets the shooter's roll.
And gets the free throw, and again, those free throws are really important in these tight, close games. So every free throw matters. Wilsey able to get the interception. Johnson now is going to go to the basket, maybe try to get the foul. She does. And again, great job on trying to go to the basket. At least try to score, but good job to get the contact.
And you saw early on here, back here, Raina Pelkat really did a good job getting past ahead to Johnson, so she didn't have to go back. Really could chase the ball and use her speed. This is Jacinia Johnson. A lot of girls out here, John, are going to vie for playing time, and we talked about the luxury of having a deep bench allows you to do a lot of things you wouldn't normally be able to do.
And with this deep bench, you're able to have a lot of good players in that bench too. You got Bridget Dixon, a freshman, not to mention, able to make some some really like surprising, like you wouldn't see at a varsity level plays.
Hey, Tad, when you get a chance, we go back to that Gloucester Catholic replay of the shot that you just made, and I just want to show something. You can do a stop, and I'll show you something.
Here goes Sterling looking around. Cat Miller wide open and gets the ball now. And Ksenia Johnson goes for the two, unable to get her own rebound. And nice three from
Brandon Pelcat hitting from the outside. Brandon really has come in over the last couple of years and provided a lot of quality playing time. Definitely a difference maker coming into games over the last couple of years.
And that's going to be out of bounds.
We're going to look at this last play over here. You see where Nugent was able to get the ball. The thing I like about this as we roll it, you're going to see Nugent get the ball over here. I'm sorry, they get it down to Nugent. The pass is perfect, right to her left side. If it goes the other way, Sterling's going to defend it, but they were able to get it to that perfect side. And John, that play is so important. We've seen it a lot of times with LaTanya Berry last year where the players had to get used to getting the ball down to her in the right spot. And, you know, in girls basketball, if you're able to do that, you really go a long way in making your low post game that much more effective.
And not to mention, we had Miley Sire and LaTanya Berry, and those two players combined together was really effective for Sterling. And unfortunately, they go that we don't have them anymore. But there's still a lot of great talent in this team. And yes, you're not going to have the most efficient low post game, but you're still able to drive to the basket, get the foul, and shoot some free throws.
As we go to Mr. Strauss, who's just practicing free throws in his basement, waste basketball net.
I have
We're having trouble hearing him.
Yeah, we're having trouble hearing them.
There you see our first game back, January 26th versus West Deptford. Everybody's excited about that one.
I believe that's a girls' game.
Girls' game, okay. Not sure how West Deptford is in girls' basketball. They're always usually middle of the road, have some good athletes. Never really a top-end team in the conference, but they battle and can give you some fits. So a good first game opponent. Girls Tuesday, boys are going to be on Thursday. 5:30 start.
I believe it's all Tuesdays and Thursdays until near the end of February, which the last game is on a Friday. Also, what I just heard that we have a Saturday game next week. Here comes for a long three, unable to go get it in.
That was Yesenia Johnson. The shot.
And a minute left of this varsity fourth quarter here. And all four quarters of the varsity, and we've seen a lot of things that we like I said, offensively and defensively. And of course, it's going to take some time for them to really gel and gain that chemistry and but hopefully with this scrimmage, they get that chemistry starts to grow a lot more later on, hopefully a lot early in the season, because when you face the Haddonfield team or another team like Gloucester Catholic, chemistry is a real big thing.
Yeah, well, that play we showed where they get the ball down to the low post in the right spot to Nugent is a perfect example of chemistry between your guards and the forwards.
And that's going to do it for the varsity fourth quarter, and of course we're going to have GV come up for their, I believe, their second quarter.
Okay. Are we back with Mr. Strauss here?
This time we can't even hear him.
How about now?
Yes.
That is perfect.
There we go.
Crystal clear.
Now we're talking. Technology. It's a scrimmage for us, too.
Paul Mace sprinted over there.
Yes, he did. It was a good 4.8-mile sprint from Mr. Mace. He did it in 30 flat.
Wow. Impressive.
Pretty impressive. So I've got some additional famous alumni from Gloucester Catholic, if you're interested. We're going to go baseball.
Ooh.
Because one of the things that Gloucester Catholic is good at, other than ice hockey, which we've already figured out, is baseball and pitchers specifically. So there are 2 Gloucester Catholic alumni who are Major League Baseball pitchers. One played for the Milwaukee Brewers, and he was born in 1987, so you've got to figure a graduation around 2005. The other was born in 1982, so around a 2000 graduation, played for the Padres from 2008 to 2010, and the Mets in 2013.
I'm really not sure. Hey, Mr. K, any thoughts?
What's the question here? Who was that?
2 pitchers from Gloucester Catholic, Mr. Clank.
Okay.
Went on to play for, one played for the Brewers, and the other played for the Padres from 08 to 10, and the Mets in 2013.
Let's see, that wouldn't be Serba, right? Serba was before that.
No.
Yeah. Don't know.
Did you
I
say
think you'll
Shepard?
know the first one.
That's why, yeah. That's why I was, but I knew he was back in
Yeah.
the 80s, 90s.
The one that was born in 1987, who played for the Brewers, was Zach Braddock.
Zach Braddock. Okay.
And the other was Greg Burke, who played for the Padres and the Mets.
Okay.
And I know you guys can speak to a lot of the how good their baseball team is over there at Gloucester Catholic as well.
Yeah. And I remember, I mean, they really, in baseball, hit the ground running when they, it was 1980, and they had an unbelievable team there. And Sean just mentioned the name Bob Sebra played on that team. In 1979, St. Joe's High School, Camden, closed down and had a decent baseball team, while a lot of those kids went over to Gloucester Catholic. And I believe Gloucester Catholic in 1980 had an undefeated team. I know it was a great athletic team. They had an outstanding, in that fall, had an outstanding football team, and a decent amount of those football players played baseball, and it was just an outstanding athletic year for Gloucester Catholic. And obviously from that point on, Gloucester Catholic has just been a baseball powerhouse in South Jersey.
You see right there, someone's got injured, and for sure, one of our commentators, Sean Clank, over there to help out.
Yep, jumped right up. Johnny on the spot as we look at the replay right here, going up.
Nice one-hander.
One hand floater. That's one when you know the defender's behind you. You don't have anything to the left or the right. Why not?
Yeah, get used to it. Try. Get used to it and all. And it's always good to try to get a new technique into your game and all.
Yep. You see Red here, who we were impressed with.
See right here how, for the looks of things, she just went down awkwardly.
And watch the left ankle, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then our next game will be first game, January 26th versus West Stepford. So 1 week having your first scrimmage, boom, right into the first game.
Yeah. And and you're facing these teams twice, and it's a very combined schedule, not to mention.
But it's just great being out here.
It is. And take a see there. She's up, able to move, get up, and all. It's good to see.
And I think with this condensed schedule that we're going to have, I think it's going to lend itself a lot more to the rivalries as well. And this is a really good Colonial Conference. And we mentioned Haddonfield the other day and how good Keegan Douglas is. Schulze, we talked about her last night at the boys' game, and she's just phenomenal to watch. Committed to Loyola, and is just one heck of an athlete.
Yeah, I agree. She was great as a freshman.
I think as a freshman, I believe she came in here and dropped 20 plus on us.
Well, Mr.
K and I
did her first game at Delsey, and we really didn't know much about her. And man, she was just playing faster than everybody on the floor. They had a team that was made up of a lot of girls who were good athletes. It might have been bad, where basketball was their second sport, and she was just whipping the ball around, and they couldn't keep up.
I was about to say, after that game, you definitely remember her name.
Yeah, it was impressive. We saw her, and you knew right away you were looking at potential Division I player. As we look at the replay here, Cooney going up, but getting fouled.
Another thing we mentioned last night is just how great it is to see athletics going on around campus, whether it was the fall or even now with basketball and swim and other sports starting up pretty soon. I mean, it's just great to see some sort of normalcy start to creep back into the castle.
Yeah, well, you think back to like September, you thought, geez, are we going to get through football or the outside sports? And then you're thinking, geez, how the heck are we going to have the inside sports? But yeah, now you definitely feel a little more confident that things are going to take place, and it's just a great thing, no question about it. Nothing worse than some of these seniors, a couple of these seniors being in a position where they lose out on their senior year.
And it really did sting for the spring for baseball and all, unable to get a baseball season to start.
Yeah.
But I think now, since we've learned to adapt to it now, and
well, it's a matter of really taking care of all the safety procedures, and it's important that everybody away from here does all the right things, and that's where we kind of ran into some problems, and you saw throughout South Jersey where there were problems when there was large group parties with kids away from the schools, and that's where they ran into problems.
There we go, Gloucester on a breakaway, and foul against Sterling there. It's going to be
a smart foul too by Sterling to prevent the easy basket on the transition bucket.
I think we got walk again. Oh, did they give a foul? Oh,
yeah, that was a foul. That was a shooting. This is going to be a shooting foul. And let's take a look here now. And
hi, everybody. I'm Mr. K from Sterling High School, Channel 19, and we've had a lot of requests over the years to see what we do when we broadcast an event for you in Channel 19. So today, we are going to go behind the scenes. Trevor Prince, our cameraman, is going to document everything that goes on as we get ready for a playoff basketball game, and we broadcast a playoff basketball game. It's about 2:45 right now. We're starting with the kids to set up right now. The game's going to start at 5:30. Here's our day of broadcasting a girls' basketball game here on Channel 19. Tim, can you do replay if I put you in there? Yeah, you can do.
We got Dave here setting up one of the cameras that'll be in the stands. You look around the gym, you see there's 4 stands. And over on our section, we got 2 cameras. One over there, and we got one right here. Over here, we got Mike setting up the second courtside camera.
Call it camera number 5.
Camera number 5, there you go. How long did it take you to set one of these up?
About 5 minutes. For me.
Get a close up to that.
It's a little weird.
This is huge.
All right, right now we're outside the gym. They've set up the cameras inside the gym. You see our TV trailer right there. I sit inside the TV trailer with a couple of my students engineering the game. So right now we're going to do a pre-setup of the game here in the trailer. So let's go walk in the TV trailer. All right, we're in the TV production trailer right now. Again, we're getting ready with our cameraman. This is what would be going out live on the TV right now, our main screen. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras that we can use during the broadcast. We have a replay camera and then one other camera in the roof. That's what I'll look at during the game. This is my switch control box right here. Depending on what camera I press, will switch the graphic of the TV that you see up here. You see here as we hit the buttons, that's how we switch what's going on the TV right there. Over here, this is the soundboard. This is where we're going to all the sound tonight. We have we're going to have 3 announcers, we have mics on the cameras, and we have mics on the basket. So you'll hear all that coming through the soundboard. This is the replay section right here. We're going to have a replay person that sits here. They look at these monitors here, and they determine what replay that they want to bring into the system, depending on what button they bring. If they want camera 2, they press button 2. We use these TiVo units right here. The original TiVo by Philips is what we use to replay our camera shots. So we use all these TiVos down the line. There's 6 of them. There's 1 for each camera to replay everything that we're doing. Over here, this is our graphics area. So everything that you see right here is brought up on the screen over here. So tonight we're playing number 7 Bridgeton. We're number 2 Sterling in girls basketball. This is where the clock was left here before. We'll fix that. I can bring in standings. If I double click this here, it comes up over there. So this person sits right here. They're going to sit here and do all the numbers related to the game, all the graphics. If somebody goes to the foul line, there's one of Miss Carter's graphics. We call it up here. We show her on the screen. So that person sits right here. You see this right here up top. This is a camera we have placed on our scoreboard in the gym. So our person down here has to recreate the score. It's 63, I guess that's 46, and the time remaining. So we use that to recreate this, that what you see on the screen. So that person will sit right here with the graphics. So basically that is what's going on inside the truck. So right now, we're going to bring in all the camera people. We're going to tune in all their cameras, and we'll show you what's going on with that right now. All right, my announcers, are you there? Yep. All right, who am I talking to? All right, who's on headphone number 1? Go ahead and talk ABCs, please.
A, B, C, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
All right, mic 2, go.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S,
all right, that's good. Who's got mic 3?
Michael.
Go ahead, Michael.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
All right, you guys are good. All right, so right there we just tested the announcers. Yay. We brought them in. Are you guys be quiet for me now, please? Mm-hmm. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our camera people. Camera 1, can you hear me? All right, we're going to balance their camera right now. All right, camera 1, I'm bouncing your camera out right now. Adjusting for the color. Now we're going to do camera 2. Camera 2, can you hear me? Move your camera. All right, you can hear me. Keep your camera where it is. I calibrated here. This changes all the colors. You can see it adjusts to the colors. It matches all the cameras the same. So we're going to go down all the cameras and adjust it right here. Here gives you an idea of the switcher that we have right here. If you look right here, this is camera 1. We have a camera that's on the wall underneath the basket to the left. So that's camera 1. We have camera 2, which is in the bleachers. It's in the middle of the bleachers on the near side. We have camera 3, which you may have seen already. Camera 3, if you can hear me move, you're the crane camera. The crane camera can go up and down, turn left and right. So that's the crane camera. Camera 4 is up in the bleachers. 4, move your camera, please. Camera 4 is in the middle of the bleachers on this side of the court. Now we're going to go to camera 5. Camera 5 is on the floor against the wall. Camera 5, can you hear me? Move a little bit. Yeah, there's camera 5. Then we go up in the ceiling. We have camera 6. This is the main ticket area. We can look down there. And we have camera 8, which will look down at the other side. What's kind of cool about this system is we have videos that are pre-done in the computer. We don't use any videotape when we do this. We had an excellent student named Trevor who did the opening for the news or for our sports. And what we can do is we can just click it right there. I can bring the opening to the news right in, right here, the opening for the game. And what's kind of cool about it, again, it comes in and plays digitally through our system right here. So when we start the broadcast, this is the first thing you're going to see at home. It's digitally done, again, made by one of our students, Trevor Prince. All right, stop that. Here. All right, so you can see we have the big digital clock on the wall. It's about 3:06. We had a lot of stuff pre-set up in the afternoon. So we're pretty much ready to go right now. We're going to go back inside, meet with the students, and do our final preparation before we come back to do the game. Sterling presents. What's that? Yeah, click it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and talk.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sterling High School. Tonight we are here at Sterling for the second round of the NJSIAA Group 2 playoffs. Sterling Lady Knights versus the Bridgeton Lady Bulldogs. This is Dan Farr, along with Kevin Schulich and the lovely Taylor Plank.
5, zoom in on our girls.
At 9.
2, you have their girls.
Won't be in this game. She's
3,
out
start
this game. Was a little sick earlier. She's at 9 points a game. And then Thompson on the other side, their leading scorer at 17 points a game, followed by Mosley and Robbins. Well, Bridgeton coming in at 16 and 9.
5, I'm getting ready to come to you. Get ready to slowly go to your left. Go ahead, 5, slower. Good. Nice. Try not to shake too much. 4, you stay where you are. 2, go to the first girl. To the right, 2. Yeah, start with the first.
All right, 3, you're on. For you here for the Bulldogs. Number 22 is Armstead. Number 23 is Stafford. 15 is Thompson.